Hi, this is Jeevaratnam and welcome to my channel Jeevan Astro Answers. And this topic is about air in human body. That too, oxygen in circulatory systems. Oxygen is the life-sustaining gas that's necessary for all living beings. Most multicellular organisms on Earth, including humans, animals, and plants, use oxygen from the atmosphere to help fuel the energy. And our body cells use oxygen to transfer stored energy in the food into a usable form. This process, which is called as cellular respiration, this allows the cells to acquire energy to perform vital functions such as muscle contractions, repairing the cells, feeding the brains, and relaxing the nerves. Without oxygen, cells can function only for a limited period, and long-term oxygen depletion leads to cell death. Oxygen, the life-sustaining gas, which is delivered to each cells of the body by the means of circulatory system. The circulatory system is vital for our survival. Not only oxygen, it also distributes other nutrients to all of our body's organs and tissues through blood. It also helps remove waste products and gases such as carbon dioxide from the body. This complex process of getting the oxygen in the body is a collaborative effort among the gut, brains, bones, lungs, blood, and heart. Breathing is actually an integral part of the metabolic process. Here, the brain needs to initiate breathing by sending a message through the nervous system to the muscles of lungs, diaphragm, and ribs, which ultimately allows the lungs to expand. When we unconsciously breathe in, the air around us enters through the nose and mouth, and then it begins its roller coaster ride. Oxygen travels through the trachea and then it reaches the lungs through bronchi. From the lungs, how does the oxygen travel throughout the body? This is a question that has been asked by many people over the years. And oxygen is transported throughout the body by the means of circulatory systems. The circulatory system can also be defined as the cardiovascular system. Cardio means heart and vascular refers to blood vessels. Once in the lung, oxygen moves to the alveoli. It enters into the bloodstream through capillaries. In the bloodstream, oxygen binds to hemoglobin proteins of red blood cells and it travels to the heart and other body cells. The heart is responsible for pumping the blood throughout the body. The heart is a muscle that is located in the chest. On average, adult's heart weighs about 10 ounces. The heart is built like a house. It has walls, rooms, that is chambers, doors, that is walls, and it has plumbing work too, that is blood vessels, and is having an electrical conduction system too. All the parts of the heart work together to keep flow the blood and it send nutrients to all other organs. The heart just works like a pump and is powered by electricity. And these electrical signals that originate from the brain and it causes the heart to breathe. The heart beats about 100,000 times a day and pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood. The heart walls are the muscles and it have three layers. That is endocardium, inner layer, myocardium, muscular middle layer, epicardium, that is protective outer layer. These heart muscles helps to contract and relax in order to send blood throughout the body. A layer of muscular tissue called the septum divides the heart walls into the left and right sides. The right side of the heart is responsible for pumping blood to the lungs and the left side of the heart is responsible for pumping blood to the rest of the body. The heart is divided into four chambers. The upper two chambers are called the atrium in plural atria and the lower two chambers are called the ventricles. In right atrium, two large veins transport oxygen toward blood. The superior vena cava carries blood from the upper body. The inferior vena cava brings blood from the lower body. Then the right atrium pumps the blood to the right ventricle. Right ventricle is a lower right chamber. It pumps the oxygen depleted blood to the lungs through the pulmonary artery. Here in the lungs, blood is reloaded with oxygen. Once the blood is filled with oxygen in the lungs, the pulmonary veins carries the blood to the left atrium. Then this upper chamber pumps the blood to the left ventricle. The left ventricle is slightly larger than the right. It pumps oxygen-rich blood to the rest of the body. Here, the heart valves between the heart chambers acts like doors. They open and close to allow blood to flow through. The atrioventricular valves open between the upper and lower heart chambers. They include tricuspid valve, mitral valves. Semilunar valves open when blood flows out of the ventricles. They include aortic valve, pulmonary valve. Blood vessels are a network of pathways through which blood travels throughout the body. Arteries and veins are the two primary types of blood vessels in the circulatory systems. Arteries are thick, elastic blood vessels that transport oxygenated blood from the heart to various parts of the body. The only exception to this is the pulmonary arteries, which carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Veins are thin, elastic blood vessels that carry deoxygenated blood towards the heart from various parts of the body. However, pulmonary and Umbilical veins are the only veins that carry oxygenated blood in the entire body. The way blood flows in the human body is unique, and it's quite efficient too. The blood circulates through the heart twice, hence it's called double circulation. The main advantage of double circulation is that every tissue in the body has a steady supply of oxygenated blood and it does not get mixed with the deoxygenated blood. Blood circulation starts when the heart relaxes between two heartbeats. The blood flows from both atria, that is the upper two chambers of the heart, into the lower two ventricles, which then expand. This following phase is called the ejection period, which is when both ventricles pump the blood into the large arteries. Actually, circulatory system has three circuits. They are the systemic circuit, the pulmonary circuit, the coronary circuit. Coronary circuit. Coronary refers to the heart's arteries. This circuit provides the oxygenated blood to the heart muscle. The coronary circuit then returns oxygen-poor blood to the heart's atrium and is sent to the lungs for oxygen. In the systemic circulation, blood with oxygen, nutrients and hormones travels from the heart to the rest of the body. The left ventricle pumps oxygen-rich blood into the main artery, that is aorta. The blood travels from the main artery to larger and smaller arteries and into the capillary network. Capillaries, or tiny blood vessels, facilitate the exchange of oxygen, nutrients, and waste between the circulatory system and to the organs and tissues. From the capillaries, the blood drops off oxygen, nutrients, and other important substances to the organs and tissues and pick up carbon dioxide and waste products. The blood, which is now low in oxygen, is collected in the veins and travels to the right atrium and next to the right ventricle. Now, the pulmonary circulation begins. This circuit carries oxygen-depleted blood from the heart to the lungs. The right ventricle pumps low oxygen blood into the pulmonary artery, which branches off smaller and smaller arteries and capillaries. The capillaries form a fine network around the alveoli, that is, grape bunch-like air sacs at the end of the airways. Here, the carbon dioxide moves from the blood into the air inside the alveoli. When we breathe out, carbon dioxide leaves our body. At the same time, in the alveoli, oxygen from the air moves into the blood capillaries. Now, oxygen-rich blood travels through the pulmonary veins to the left atrium, then into the left ventricle. Now, the next heartbeat starts, a new cycle of systemic circulation. According to astrology, air signs zodiac are winds of changes, trends, and communication. The element of air deals with analytical reasoning, ideas, information, actions, and socialization. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are the zodiac of air signs. Libra is a cardinal sign, Gemini is a mutable sign, and Aquarius is a fixed sign. All of the zodiacs in air signs have a great sense of communicating and thinking power rather than emotions. They can analyze problems from every perspective and conclude that with justice. The human body is a complex machine requiring many processes to function efficiently. To keep these crucial processes running without any hitches, vital elements and components need to be delivered to the various parts of the body. That too, oxygen is a life-saving essential medicine with no other substitution. Once the lungs process the oxygen-rich cells are carried to the cardiovascular network. This role of transportation is undertaken by the human circulatory system. It moves oxygen, essential nutrients, and minerals throughout the body, and also it removes the metabolic waste products away from the body. Lastly, thanks to my body's powerhouse, known as the heart, which that it propels all the nutrients and oxygen throughout my body. I hope you might have received some useful information from this video. We will meet you soon in my next video. Till then, take care and bye.